Hi guys, it's Miss Bragg. We're going to do lesson 63. All right, so this lesson is talking about C that has a sound like an S. So I want you to repeat these three words that are in our blue bubble today. Sail, circus, cycle. What sound do you hear in all of these words? Do you hear the S sound? Where do you hear the sound of all these words? In the initial position. That means it started with that S sound. So here's what we're going to do. I need you to tell me, how many of you knew that words could begin with a C but have an S sound? When does a C sound like an S? Because all words don't have an S sound, they have a C in it. C sounds like an S when it is followed by E, I, or Y. And if you'll notice those three words in our bubble, we have C-E, C-I, and C-Y. So it gives it that sound. All right, so I'm going to show you how to code this. Okay? And we are going to put a breathe over the E in cell, and then I made a mark under the C to give it that S sound called a cedilla. Okay? All right, so let's look at the next word. We have circus. Okay? So we're going to, first we have that S sound, so we're going to put a cedilla. We have the IR, we're going to put an arc under it. We have two syllables, so we're going to do a division line. And we're going to say V, C, C, V. We have a short U sound. So we're going to do our breathe. And we have a K sound for this C, so we're going to do a K back. So if you'll notice, the two C's have two different sounds. We're going to accent that first syllable. Okay? Why did we not put a cedilla beside this second C right here? Why did we not do that? It's not followed by which letters? An E, an I, or a Y. It's followed by a U. So it's going to have a K sound. Okay? And our last word, we have cycle, cycle. So we'll go ahead and we'll put our cedilla. We have two syllables, but we have that final stable syllable, so we're going to put that over there. We got a K back, again, because the C here is followed by an L. We have a Y that says I, the I sound, so we're going to code our Y to show it had a I sound. And cycle. When spelling the S sound in a medial position, if you hear the sound followed by an E, I, or Y, then it is regularly spelled with the letter C. Let me show you a few examples. Okay, if you'll notice in pink, I have written two words on the board, December and recent. And if you will notice, they follow the rule I just read. So I'm going to read it again, and I want you to look at December and recent as I read. When spelling the S sound in the medial position, in the middle, if you hear the sound followed by an E, I, or Y, then it is regularly spelled with the letter C. So if you will notice, the C's in the middle have an E followed by it, so they're using a C instead of an S. Okay? Now, I want you to look at the rule card that is on the screen. When spelling the S sound in a final position, I have a new rule card that I'm going to show you what letters to use. And if you will notice, each example here have the S sound in the final position. meaning end of the word. The first rule on this card says that when spelling the final S sound after a short vowel, you will use the letters SS. We've seen this rule before. Does anyone remember what this rule is called? It is the floss rule. The second rule says that when spelling the final S sound after a long vowel, you use the letters C, E. The third rule says that when spelling the final S sound after a consonant or a vowel digraph, you use the letters S-E. Okay? All right. So, from now on, when I give the S sound, you should say, let me write it as I say it here. I'm going to write this one in green over here. You would say S, comma C, final, SS, SE, CE. Okay? All right, so now we're going to get out our worksheet and begin to do a little bit on our practice. Okay, so I need you to make sure you're on worksheet 63, and if you'll flip it to the side that begins the first word, sent. Sent. All right, your rules are actually right here that came from the rule card. So what we're going to do is let's read through the words real quick, and then we will work on coding. SS is found after a short vowel. CE is found after a long vowel, and SE is found after a consonant or two vowels. Okay, so our first word, sent. I went on and put a cedilla, and it has a short E sound, so we are going to put breathe. Next one, we have cast, cast. That needs a K back. If you'll notice, it's not followed by the E, I, or Y. So it has a K sound and has a short A sound. Cycle, cycle. We're going to put our cedilla. We're going to have two syllables, so we need our division line. Actually, that is a final stable syllable. My bad. So we're going to correct that. Let Ms. Bragg fix that just a little there. We'll fix that. All right. All right, our Y has an I sound. Okay. Then we have no E sound there, so we're going to cross it out, and we're going to accent that first syllable. Last word, cinder, cinder, like Cinderella. So we'll do our little cedilla. All right, we have two syllables, so now we have our division line. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, but we also have an ER, so we need an arc there. We have a short I sound, and it's cinder, cinder. Okay, let's look at the spelling words. These were reading words, sent, cast, cycle, cinder. Let's look at our spelling words, and we're going to fill in with either an SE, a CE, or an SS. And we need to look back up here at our rules that we just talked about. So we have an SS, a CE, or an SE. So the first one is howl, house, house. So we're going to put an SE there to finish the word. Next one, we have dice. So CE, miss, miss. Miss. Now that could you could make a mistake there and want to put mice, but it's showing you a short I sound. So be careful there because these can be a little bit tricky. You've got to look at the coding. And the last one, toss. All right, let's read our short story. It is going to be hard to wait until Sunday. The circus will be here and we are going to the 4 o'clock show. The next 5 days may go by too slowly. It will be our first trip to the circus. Question 9. When will the circus be here? When will it be here? Well, it says right here in the first sentence, it's going to be hard to wait until Sunday because the circus will be here. So Sunday is when it will be here. What time are they going? So anytime they ask a time, you can either look for a number or number word. And it looks like going to the 4 o'clock show. So we're going to write it out. 4 o'clock. Last sentence. They have been to the circus many times. Have they been many times? Because the last sentence says it will be their first trip. So no, they have not been many times. Okay, guys, you're going to flip your paper over, work on the back side independently, and turn it into your teacher. Have a fabulous day.